If you think that you're able to love somebody before you loved yourself first, honey, you're so wrong. Because somebody who doesn't love himself or herself unconditionally is not fully capable of giving that love to somebody else. It's impossible. Impossible. Welcome everybody. My name is Mukas and I'm gonna teach you how step by step to come at the station of self-loving and growing love. First things first, what does unconditional word mean? Unconditional implies that there are no conditions. That means there is no such a word if. If I lose weight, I will love myself. If I get this clothing, I will love myself. If that person texts me back, I love myself. Stop looking for external factors of being loved. This is your birthright to be loved. God loves you. God loves you unconditionally. God accepts you with all of your flaws, with all of your mistakes, because you were put on this earth not to be perfect, not to make mistakes. You're here to make mistakes and learn from these mistakes. And if God loved you God loved you before you loved yourself. And if God loved you before you loved yourself, who gives you this courage and audacity not to give the same love towards yourself? Answer that question. Number 2, stop living to satisfy other expectations of you. Honey, you don't owe anybody anything. And most importantly, nobody owes you anything as well. Put it into your mind. Nobody owes you anything and you owe nothing to anybody. Okay, so I had this thing from my childhood. I was a huge person. I think there's a word for it. It's like a people pleaser. I was trying to live to expectations of my parents, my mom, my dad, and I wanted to be this this daughter that they feel proud of. They're like, okay, my somebody like they're that they would be like looking up to. But I was always compared to other children. My father, when I was taking a test, he didn't believe in me. He said, you're gonna get this score. And it was the lowest score there is. And I felt so bad. And I did everything to live up to his expectations of my result. Maybe it did motivate me from one side to do better. It was like a bad motivation, but that put a distance between me and my father, because that motivation could have been done in a in a different way, not but by comparing myself, to, for example, he comparing myself to my friend. He would be like, you know what? She works on herself every day. What are you doing? How are you gonna get that? And we were separated. He didn't see me like fully. He would see me like once, in a couple of times, a month, and I would always wait for him because it was something that I was lacking, and it was really important, so important for me to get like, you did great. I'm so proud of you. And it did hurt, but then, I started to live up to other people's expectation at work. I was always trying to be nice. Like even now, like I don't want to disappoint these people. I don't want to be, me just because I don't want them to see me from the other side, from betraying me. I wanna do whatever they want me of. No. You know what? No. I'm gonna be unapologetically myself. I'm gonna do the job. I'm gonna do everything. But if somebody crosses my borders, or if somebody's expectation of me is higher than what I expect of myself, then I'm gonna say proudly, no. I'm sorry, but no. And you should do the same. You don't owe anybody anything. You don't have to live up to expectations of others, like how you should look, how you should dress, how you should smell, what you should do. This is up to you. This is your life. You're the author, you're the writer, you're the main actor, you're the main actress. Get it into your head. Don't try to live up to other people's expectation and be a passenger princess in the car that you are driving. Honey, why would you do that? You're gonna realize it like sooner or later, but let it be sooner. Number 3, be unapologetically selfish. Being selfish is so healthy. It is a sign of self-care and self-love. I admire people who are selfish about their time, who are selfish about everything that concerns them. I admire that about people because they know that their time is worth something. They take themselves seriously. And it's totally normal. It's totally healthy. You owe it to yourself. Be selfish. But there is a line between being selfish and being egocentric. See, being selfish means you're putting yourself first. So here comes you, and the rest comes after you. It's how you feel, then how everybody else feels. Because how you feel is very important. It's how everybody who's around you is going to feel. It's like what energy you're going to be vibrating, what energy you're going to be giving to other people who are around you. And being selfish gives you and your loved ones a very healthy love, whilst being egocentric is putting your needs above other people's needs. It's putting your views, your experiences above others. It means egocentric people think that they're the center of the world and everybody just circles around them. No, that's something that disgusts me. For example, being egocentric people, you go on a trip and they want you to take just pictures of themselves. And when it comes to you, they're like, no, I don't want to do that. Excuse me? Don't be egocentric. That's disgusting. It's something, that's like if I see egocentric people, I step 2 feet away because I see that person only thinks about themselves in a way that their needs are more important, their problems are more important, and I hate that. It happened to me when I was living here with 2 girls and I was talking about my problems and she was comparing her problems to my problems. She was putting her problems above mine, but what my problems can affect me on an emotional level can be very different of what her problems can affect her on her emotional level. So she was bringing me down by saying that, okay, I owe this much money, I have to do this much, so your problems are nothing, I wish I had your problems. Wait a second. We're not comparing here whose problems are worse or less. We are talking about being friends and supporting each other, not by, putting me down or me putting her down and not, validating and, not putting those problems under the qualification of the, real problems. What are you talking about? And I felt so bad. I'm like, you know what, I don't want to talk with you. I don't want to share anything with you and you better stay away from me. This was selfish, but this was not egocentric. Know the difference. Number 4, stop taking everything personally. Honey, literally, stop it. Because I've read a book, it's called The Courage to Be Disliked. When I've decided that I want to be someone in social media, I know that I'm going to get a lot of, attention. I'm going to get good attention. I'm going to get hate attention. And I wanted to prepare myself, for having the immune system to be able to build the wall and whatever comes, let it be good, let it be bad. So, it would just come here and go right back there. You know what I mean? What I mean is like when somebody calls you pretty, okay, thanks. Don't take it personally. If somebody calls you ugly, yeah, whatever. Don't take it personally. Because your opinion of yourself should matter more than the opinion of others of yourself. People who love themselves, they're like, what, I don't care. I feel good about myself. I know that I'm beautiful. I know that I'm confident. And your opinion of me or how you see me, it doesn't matter to me. It simply doesn't matter to me. And those are people who have a very mature mindset and a very healthy look towards, their self-esteem, because their self-esteem does not depend on other people's opinion of themselves. And it's so beautiful, to be honest. There's a saying in Russian that says, "Я не конфетка, которая всем по вкусу, я орешек, который не всем по зубам." Let me translate it for you. I love the Russian sayings. It means you're not a candy that everybody likes. You are the damn walnut that not everybody can crack. I hope that you got the point. It's like, if everybody thinks that you're good, if everybody thinks that you're beautiful, if everybody supports you in everything, it means there is a problem. Either those people are fake or they don't really care about you. So be someone who is like, you know, so tough. Like, be someone who doesn't give an F about other people's opinion. Be that person. I was, you know, I was younger, and I'm tall. Like, I cannot say that I'm very tall. I'm 5'10", and I was so sad about it. And people would call me like, "You're so tall," and you know, like, you're the tallest girl in the class. And I would always feel like, you know, I'm supposed to be like shorter. Like, you know, I would fit into the society more. But after going to modeling school, I've discovered such a beauty side of being tall. Like, you know, I've seen myself from the other perspective, and being a model helped me to look at myself like completely different. I love being tall right now. I love how clothes look on me. And you know, I don't care if somebody thinks, "Oh, you're so tall." Like, oh well, I know. I know that. Like, I look at myself, I know myself. Thank you so much. Number 5, stop self-pity. That's just so pathetic. What I want to say here is not like, you know, just not consider your emotions, your whatever is going on with you. What I mean here is just, you know, shit happens to everyone. Everybody. This world is about, you know, dealing with problems and getting better and better and better and leveling up. It's so normal. It's about how you react to those problems. It's how you react to those shitty situations. And you know, if one bad thing happens to you and you're like, "Oh my god, this kind of thing happened to me. I feel so bad for myself." No. You know, when you go through something and you tell somebody about what you went through, don't ask for pity. Ask for respect. You know, because whatever you went through deserves respect. It does not deserve pittiness. No, you're a strong person. You're not a victim. If something happens to you, it means you were able to handle that problem. That's why that problem was given to you. It was given to you for your benefit. No matter what you think at the moment, when you're gonna look back at whatever happened to you, you're gonna understand that God loves you more than you think. God loves you more than everybody loves you. Like, and He puts you through those situations so you get better, so you get what you asked for. And by pitying yourself, you're just gonna, you know, you're just gonna drown in that energy. You're gonna see yourself as a victim. You're gonna ask for other people's pityness. Be like, "Can you like pity me a little? Can you be like, oh, so you're such a poor thing. You're going through a lot. You're like," don't ask for it. You're fully capable of going through it by yourself. You're strong. You were prepared to go through those things, and you don't need either your pity or other people's feeling pity for you. Why bother? Like, of course, it's so normal when somebody supports you, when somebody gives you strength, when somebody reminds you of who you are. But it's different from, you know, pitying you. It's like if somebody pities you, it means they don't want you to grow. They want you to lose. They want you to stay in that state of mind of being weak, of complaining about everything. Think about it. Number 5, and I love this point so much. Sell yourself expensive. So anyone would not afford to lose you. By telling sell yourself expensive, it's not like the straightforward way of thinking. Selling yourself expensive means it's not being arrogant. It's about knowing your self-worth. It's about knowing your value. It's about setting high standards and not selling for anything less. If it's not the act of self-love, I don't know what is. Set high standards in everything, in relationship, in work, in business, in romantic relationship, in friendships, in everything. And you're going to change how your world, and you're going to see how your world is going to change around. If somebody doesn't meet your standards, then, bye. Simple. If you know what you want, and it becomes so easy to sort out these people. Okay, I've given you a chance. I've given you a second chance. You're not somebody who I expect, who I wanted to be with, who I wanted in my life. Then sorry, not sorry, but we're not gonna be friends. We're not gonna be like anything, because your principles, your standards do not match mine. Unfortunately, that easy. It may sound very harsh, but it is what it is. This is an act of self-love. It's about knowing your worth. It's about making sure that other people know your worth too. Number 7, don't play hard to get. Become and be hard to get. It's completely different. It's also, links with knowing your worth. You don't feel like seeing somebody? Easy. I'm sorry, I cannot do it today. Don't be that rude, but it's of course like it comes to your desires and wishes, and it's so normal. Normalize saying no when you don't want to. Start thinking about your surroundings. Start thinking about how you spend your time, with whom you spend time with, what are the values of those people, and become something that people have to work for, because everything that's worth having, it requires goddamn time. Everything that's worth having, everything that's worth having requires time. There is no way that it happens any other how. And let it be romantic or a friendship. If somebody really, really wants you in their lives, I can assure 100% they'll do everything, everything to get you, because they know what they're getting. They know that you are not for everybody. They know that you're not somebody who's always available. They know that you're somebody who plans their life, who has their own priorities. And it's about that. If you're somebody who wants you in their life, believe me, they're gonna put in some effort. And that effort takes time for you to trust, for you to test, for you to see how this person reacts in certain situations. And if that person passes some life situations with you, if that person earns your trust, keep in mind, trust is not given, it's earned. And I've learned it, in a very hard way, because I was always a person who would think very good of people. I was like so naive. I would trust people like right away. They seem nice and everything. But that opinion, that didn't hold up, because whenever I was looking back and those people were talking so many bad things about me, and that did hurt me. It did hurt me, because I've always meant something good. When I see people, when I see girls, when I see like anybody, I always try to bring something good into their lives. It's about me. It's about me being bringing good energy. I think I was born this way, that I'm always positive, that I try to see good in everything. I look at them and I'm like, oh my god, we're so blessed. We're seeing such a beautiful moon. So I'm those kind of people who can find happiness in little things, and who can see good even in those people who don't see it in themselves. But if by doing so I would hurt myself that much, it's not worth it, because I come first. And that wasn't a very bad experience, because whenever I am friends with somebody, I give my everything, everything, literally everything. But when that person jeopardizes my trust, jeopardizes my good attitudes towards them, well, it's done and over. I'm never coming back. You cannot earn my trust. You cannot get my trust once again, because I've learned my lesson the hard way. Because unconditional love does not mean unconditional tolerance, right? Number 8, spend more time with yourself. Analyze your thoughts. Just look at yourself from the perspective of a viewer. Have you ever done that? Like when you're like, kind of your soul or your aura or whatever leaves your body, and you look at yourself, kind of from from beside and you see yourself, because in real life you don't see yourself that much unless you're always walking with a mirror. You see yourself like rarely when you look in the mirror, but other people see you often. But by analyzing your thoughts, by writing down whatever you're thinking of, it's gonna lead you to some stuff that bothers you. Because when you get so stuck in routines and work and life, and something that happens and you feel burnt out, believe me, it was not like just a one-time thing. It was something that was piling up and you didn't pay enough attention to. So it's very important to just check in with yourself at the end of the day, at the end of the week. How do you feel? How do you feel about this? It deserves your time. Your emotions, your feelings, they deserve your time, and it's your responsibility to act on them, to look at them, to analyze them, to work on them, so you can live a more fulfilled life. Because you're the only person who you're gonna spend the rest of your life with. And what is more beautiful than exploring yourself? You're gonna find so many beautiful things, maybe so many like things that you've never thought of facing, because everything that you've blocked, everything that whatever happened in your life, it's right here. Unfortunately, you cannot just put like Ctrl+Alt delete and it's going to be erased. Unfortunately, it all lives here. And by analyzing, writing down, journaling, everything, so something that bothers you here and here, it can come up and you can do something about it. So you would feel better. Level up yourself for yourself only. Let it be, the wardrobe, let it be what foods you eat, let it be the places that you go. I've always used to be mad when somebody would compliment me, and whenever I look nice, it would be like, oh, are you doing it for somebody? Are you going on a date? Do you have some plans? Like, excuse me, guys, like, I live in a world where if I do something, I do it for myself. And if I look good, believe me, I do it for myself too. If I smell good, I do it for myself too. Because I deserve to look that way. I deserve to wear those clothes. I deserve to use that perfume. I deserve to eat healthy. And I deserve all of this because I love being powerful. I love being confident. I love all of the things, and I wish all of the things for myself. And again, it's not selfish, it's an act of self-love and self-care. And there's another beautiful thing in Russian. It says, в человеке должно быть красиво все. И душа, и мысли, и одежда, и глаза. Meaning, in a person, everything should be beautiful. His clothes, his hands, his perfume, his eyes, and his thoughts. I love this phrase, so that's why I try to live by that. And if anybody thinks that I do it for a certain person, well, I don't care either. And lastly, embrace your flaws and imperfections, because what you might see as a flaw or as an imperfection, it may be something that makes you so unique. I've seen girls who are shy to laugh, but I would listen to that laugh all over and over again, because it's so contagious. It makes me laugh. And if they see it as a flaw, they take so much because they bring joy to other people, and it makes them special. I've seen people who cover their mouth whenever they're laughing because they don't want to be seen like but why? Do it like full-heartedly. If you want to laugh like it's like your last laugh. Why not? Because whenever you experience whatever you're experiencing to 100%, you feel so relieved, you feel so good. And if you think that there's something wrong, there's something that's not perfect, and you think about it as something that makes you unique. A lot of artists, a lot of talents, they have worked on their imperfections, and they're world war stars, like Kevin Hart. Look at him, he's amazing, he's so hilarious. I love him so much. And I've had the same thing I told you before of me being tall, and I've always wanted to be short, but that makes me unique. I saw it as a flaw. Thank you so much for watching this video, guys. I love you so much. I hope you got something from this video for yourself. I'll see you in the next video, and share some love with other people and give yourself love because you deserve it. Love you. Bye bye.